Hello everyone, welcome to a new ASMR video. So I am so excited about today's video because I got a converter. I have this old Samsung phone that I started using to film ASMR videos, and I actually think I like Samsung because the battery life is amazing. However, I didn't want to buy a Samsung headsets because I thought it was too much spending, to be honest. So I got one that was really cheap, and my ASMR videos turned out really weird. So I decided to get a converter, which was really reasonably priced, and I used my Apple headsets on my Galaxy phone because the converter is going to convert the Lightning or whatever to the C. So I'm excited to use this better version of audio. And yes, I used to record too on my iPhone because I wanted a better audio. Today, guys, we're going to talk about dream work, and the reason why I'm doing dream work, not because I'm an expert. This is the first flag that you have to focus on, that I'm not an expert at all. I'm motivated to talk about it because yesterday I attended a webinar, something by the guy Azim. He's so popular on Instagram, and I find his dream topics really interesting, and I've always found dreams to be interesting, and in the traditional sense it makes me feel the way people will try to interpret it is a little bit off. Like, it never for me resonated, to be honest. Maybe for other people, but not me. And what I like about Azim's guy is that he tried to look more into it than what he's taught or learned to see. I like that approach of Azim. And whatever you think about, like, I know the social media buzz and influencers or guiders, whatever it is, I'm over it too. I'm over social media. I love YouTube, that's it. That's my favorite place to be. I've always loved YouTube. It's my favorite break. It is a teacher, it is a comedian to me. It is that friend that shares things. It is that girl that you get advice from, where she gets things from, whatever, which you don't take seriously because she might be paid for it, but they show you places. They're the explorer. And for me, that was really fun growing up to watch. And now I still appreciate YouTube. I feel like YouTube is coming back to the era of people just literally wanting to be fun and filming a stupid video, and that's what I like about YouTube. Anyways, there's another thing that might be controversial, but if you go and visit this guy's Instagram page, or you know of him, he talks about topics that are considered controversial, and that's just what I think about controversial topics, is that they are the new religion. And I take my hands up from that, and I'm saying, this is how it looks like. How should we move forward? Do we want to stay like that forever? I think some people want to. Or they don't have a choice because they never knew that they didn't. Anyways, life is so complex, and for me to judge this is stupid also. So our topic is going to be dream work, from what I learned about from his webinar. I think he still has his webinar. You can sign up for it or something. It's probably recorded. it was a fun webinar for me. So yeah, I would advise to look up his because mine is not whatsoever his. I took small notes, that's it. So I'm gonna bring my notepad. And I have to mention and put some effort into what I've done. My lip is dreamy today. I purposely wanted it to look ethereally dreamy or dreamy. And we have our friend here, candle, lit to set the atmosphere. So on my notepad, I wrote down things. I didn't type it on my phone, so my handwriting is fine. I just, when I look back at it again, it's gibberish a little bit. So, how to listen or catch your dreams. So the webinar was about how to recall your dreams, and honestly, his advice really tied to health, really tied to your emotional, mental, and your well-being connection with yourself. That is an important thing. I'm gonna definitely wash over it because you should listen to his and not mine if you want that to remember your dreams. What I found interesting about it is like dreams, you know, dreams are a way to reestablish our psyche or balance something that we are having an imbalance in. Let's say somebody is over identifying with something, and so his psyche would shows him exactly the opposite of what he is rejecting, right? About himself or suppressing, or it basically shows what you are repressing, which I really like that. In my dreams, I do not find something, I would say, that is repressing, and I couldn't actually find my answers because this webinar was not about necessarily, it wasn't about how to interpret your dreams as much as how can you recall them. Dreams are ways the ego communicates a truth to you through ego defense or bypassing. And anyways, what am I writing? Anyways, your dream is symbolic, and usually the people in your dreams or the thing in your dreams are part of who you are. And for me, I don't think that's all dreams, because sometimes I have weird dreams. Some people told me that they actually have had prophetic dreams. Aren't supposed to be interpreted, and that's it. You have to have an open interpretation, and some answers naturally don't come to us that fast. Like, let's say you were friends with someone and you guys seem to have a good connection. There's something in you that's like suspicious of them. You feel something is off, and after, let's say, 3 years or so, this friend is totally different, and he has a whole new perspective and personality, and you're nothing to them anymore. It's like, was I your friend? Like, I thought we were. Like, you never get the answers at all, but at a certain timing. And divine timing, I guess. So, yeah, humans, you should expect anything from humans. And don't take it personal. So, he says that dreams are contact with our most being. So for me, I always dream about vehicles. I always dream about ships and airplanes. Those are recurring for me, more so airplanes. I always dream about things like snakes, spider, and I always dream about other things that are a little bit scary, like people who lost their minds and they're running after me or something. So I'm going to be even more boring to you, and I'll bring my phone. I'm going to read a random website together. You guys know that I always do that. I'm going to read a random website, and I just wanted to say I'm not going to tell you all of his webinar in my video, because he definitely wants a living. He definitely wants an attention on his work, so I don't care. You can look it up. I think it's free. So honestly, it made me miss going to classes, but where are those classes that host these kind of topics? Maybe psychology, which I actually don't like. So I'm on this website called Loner Wolf, How to Practice Dream Work and Decipher Your Psyche. Whimsical, wonderful, bizarre, horrifying, embarrassing, joyous, uncanny. Welcome to the Mysterium Tremendum, or awe-inspiring mystery of the dream world. So yeah, the dream world is supposed to be mysterious always, even if you're trying to decipher it. Remember the quality of what a dream is in the first place. Most of us go to sleep at night and totally take our dreams for granted. So, from what I learned from Azim yesterday in his work or webinar, is that you have to set intentions. Ask yourself to show you what is your next work, what you need to work on, what do you need to know about yourself that is whatever for you, whatever topic you want. Yesterday I did it, got tons of dreams, and now they're all smushed together, and I remember only a few things. Okay, perhaps we dream of a place from our childhood, have a strange nightmare, or some other garden variety dream that keeps re-emerging, but we quickly brush it aside upon waking and continue with our day. I personally had a really weird relationships, of course. I've mentioned it with dreams. And I remember, who's that guy who was so popular? Krishnamurti, I'm not sure, or somebody in that world have mentioned that dreams are just dreams. Can't do anything with them. And people are making big deal of them. And they're not a big deal, they're just like life. It's not a big deal. You're above that and you're living, and that's it. I used to be really convinced with that, and I still feel like part of me feels that, because I'm kind of a detached in a way in some certain areas in my life, which I admit. So in a way I feel like, yeah, like even in this life, like what is really important to us just to be really human, with a human heart, human thoughts. And sometimes I'm gonna be bad at it, some days I'm gonna be good at it, and the most thing is to keep working on what will make this earth fertile with so much blessings, whatever, or so much love and light. And even in my dreams, like in my dreams I see myself kind of like scared and wanting to bring in whatever I think that is a shield, you know? That's what I notice. Let's continue on reading, because I feel like I've gone on a tangent and I don't remember where I started. Okay, let's continue on reading. But dreams, in all of their strangeness, are a powerful doorway to the soul. If you are on a path of self growth, spiritual development, or simply want to know more about who you are, don't ignore your dreams. Dream work is one of the most rewarding and profound inner work practices out there, and I'm here to walk you through it step by step. What is dream work? Dream work is the practice of unpacking and deciphering the meaning of your dreams for the purpose of gaining more self-awareness, spiritual growth, and life direction. Dreams themselves have been interpreted for thousands of years, but in recent times, dream work has been popularized and further developed by figures such as psychoanalyst Freud and Carl Jung. Dream work and spiritual awakening. Dreams are the best evidence that we are not as firmly shut in our skins as we believe. Dreams work help us to take a step outside of the small and constricted ego self or false self and access a larger realm of awareness and understanding. As such, they can be powerful allies on the spiritual awakening journey. Recommended. Okay, now they're recommending something. Okay. And throughout our life journey, our dreams can guide, warn, and instruct us to the best paths to take. 3 different types of dreams. When thinking about paying more attention to your dreams, it's crucial to understand that there are different types of dreams, and not all of them offer guidance. Okay, I'm gonna put a funny, painful example. Whenever I'm in love, which doesn't really happen, like romantically, my dreams is filled with cheating. Is he cheating on me? Like, that's the dream and he's cheating on me, basically. Or it's not really that, it's not really, how can I say it? Doesn't show characteristics of cheating, but it feels like he's cheating. Okay. Again, this shows us something. I don't know what to say about it. It's so complex, I guess, something about it. Okay, let's continue on reading. When thinking about paying more attention to your dreams, it's crucial to understand that there are different types of dreams and not all of them offer guidance. As you journey into the magical world of dream work, you will discover that there are decompression dreams. That's the first one. A weird term, yes, but decompression dreams are essentially just dreams that your brain generates to digest and work through what it has perceived during the previous day. Think of these types of dreams as your brain trying to decompress and unwind. Such dreams have little to no deeper value. I don't know about that. If you're remembering something in you, I don't know. Second, psyche dreams. These are dreams that are generated by your internal landscape or psyche, and they tend to be charged with some kind of emotion. For instance, after having a psychic dream, you might feel excited, scared, unnerved, upset, nostalgic, sexually aroused, or any other kind of emotion. When you have a psychic dream, you're being called to understand something or work a particular issue out. 3. Sacred dream. These types of dreams are rare and might only occur a handful of times during your life. When we have a sacred dream, there is a feeling that is realer than real life. Such dreams are said to come from the collective unconscious or the Akashic realm and be direct revelations from your soul. In dream work, you will mostly be dealing with the psychic dream, although when a sacred dream does come along, you will mostly certainly want to unpack that. Dream work approaches. There are also 3 different ways that psychologists, inner journeyers, and dream interpreters approach dream work. These approaches are seeing dreams objectively, seeing dreams subjectively, seeing dreams archetypally. Don't be intimidated by these approaches. Let me break them down for you, plain and simple. Objective dream work is when we see dreams as like a secret X-ray that reveals to us hidden truths about our waking life. In this approach, our dreams point to the reality about external events, people, and situations. Think Freud. Subjective dream work does the opposite of the objective approach and sees our dream as pointing back to ourselves. Every person, figure, object, and situation in a dream is thought to represent a part of the ego self. Think Carl Jung. Okay, I'll go with Carl Jung. I feel like it's more like accountability. But honestly, what I think, I'm not going to share it now, okay? Finally, archetypal dream work builds off the subjective approach and that sees the contents of a dream as being part of the self, but it also brings in collective patterns, symbols, and myths known as archetypes. An archetypal dream is seen to incorporate universal patterns such as themes of rebirth, quests, and universal motifs like the mother, father, magician, hero, lover, etc. As the dream worker, you can choose which one of these approaches you like the best. In fact, you might even agree with all approaches, and if that's the case, you might choose to use them whenever they feel appropriate. How to practice dream work? I think that would take time to practice dream work. For me, I feel like dreams are another universe, almost like of existing. And I don't know. I read Omram, and I feel like from him, I get that dreams are our work to see how we exist in that realm, especially when we gain lucidity over them. And it is when you gain lucidity is when you become a participant in that dream world. But I don't know if I understood it wrong, but this is how I see it. And kind of experimentally, this is how I feel about it. But all of the rest are definitely true. I don't know, people have different experiences. So there is a quote, dream work creates a bridge between our conscious everyday life and the sacred inner world of symbols. Through working with these images, we are nourished by their depth of meaning and purpose. Lauren Vagali. I'm sorry guys, I didn't expect to face these names. I think they are so foreign to me, and English is really not my first language, nor this name. So you've heard it before. We spend 1/3 of our lives sleeping. Therefore, it makes sense to use our dream life as a rich and rewarding getaway to access greater sense of wholeness. Here are some different approaches to dream work that you might like to experiment with. Understand what type of dream you have had. Choose which approach you will choose. As I explained above, there are 3 types of dreams and 3 approaches to dream work. Reflect on whether you've had a decompression, a psychic, or a sacred dream. Then think about what type of approach, objective, subjective, archetypal, you would like to make use of to explore the dream. If you need help deciding, you can always enlist the help of a dream working professional, example, a Jungian psychotherapist. Second, dedicate a journal to your dream work. You cannot effectively dream work without a journal, so go find one. Dedicate this journal to recording and decrypting your dreams. You can buy a blank one or a pre-formatted one. Here are dream journals possibilities, then they're listing brands. I don't know. I don't need to share that. I think even the pen has to be dedicated for this journal. I think I heard it yesterday. I'm not sure in that webinar, but I don't know. I don't remember that one. Okay, third, no, you don't need a dream symbol book. Many people wonder whether they need to buy a book full of dream symbols to effectively do dream work. My response is that no, you don't need to purchase one of these books. Why? My answer is that dreams are extremely personal and the symbology within them is unique to your own psyche, unless you have had a sacred dream that has a more archetypal quality. It's not worth buying a dream symbol book. They're just not accurate. For instance, one person's experience of a dog might be totally different from another's experience. You might have been bitten by a dog when you were little and will associate the dog with danger. I might have grown up being smothered with dog love and will associate it with safety. Same symbol, 2 totally different possibilities. Do you see why buying a book with generalized meaning is pointless? Yes. Yesterday in the webinar, the guy was mentioning it's not a good idea. If you do want to buy a book, get a book like the Sign and Symbols Source Book, which I personally own and enjoy reading through. A journal symbols book such as this will help you to understand the archetypal meaning behind collective symbols and how they might shed light on some of your sacred dreams. Plus, you will feel like a witch or a wizard flipping through it. For technique number 1, reenact of the dream. The first dream work technique is reenacting part of the dream in daily life. For example, if you dreamt of walking down a certain street, go to that street and walk down in the same manner as your dream character. Repeating parts of your dream in a walking life can spark amazing epiphanies that you would never have otherwise. Certainly, this dream work technique is not always practical or possible or ethical. You wouldn't want to go slap your boss in the face if you dreamt of that, or do something even worse. So be smart and mindful. This technique is particularly helpful with recurring dreams that you struggle to decipher. 5. Technique number 2. Create a psychodrama. If you have a close and helpful bunch of friends or family members, you will benefit from this dream work technique. The goal is to recreate the dream, similar to the previous technique, but this time you will be assigning roles to your friends, family members. Make sure that you detail and explain each dream character's personality and actions clearly so that your friends or family members can stay true to the dream and not introduce their own theoretical variations. You will play the main role. Let everyone sink into their dream character and let the story play out. Reflect on what feelings, thoughts, and epiphanies arise. Ask your friends, family members about their own perspective, but ultimately it is your dream. So you have the least say, but be open to different ideas. This technique can trigger sudden realizations and discoveries. Well, for me, that's too much. I don't know. Technique number 3, word association. Using your dream journal, note down all the symbols in your dream. Next to each symbol, write a list of spontaneous associations that you have. Don't think about it too much. Here is an example: mountain, large, majestic, mother, nurturing, protection, milk, danger. Cave, void, shadow, hidden, unknown, lost, sacred. Lion, strong, brave, father, angry, teeth, shout, yellow, Leo. Then reflect on the associations you've made with the symbol. What stories or patterns emerge? In the above example, we might interpret that the dream is about one's mother or father, perhaps a dream from the inner child, with the conflicting feelings of love and fear. Keep this practice simple and define the top 3 to 5 simple in your dreams. Then word associate them. Trust your intuition and let your pen flow. Technique number 4, journey back into the dream. Through visualization, close your eyes and imagine entering the dream again. This dream work technique is best done shortly after waking up because your mind is still in a fluid and hypnotic state. Hypnagogic? I don't know. With your half-awake mind, imagine asking your dream character a question to help unravel the dream's meaning. For instance, you might ask, when you said blank, what did you mean? Or why did you do blank? Make sure the dream character stays true to their dream personality, attitude, agenda, etc. aka don't try to change them. Journal about what your dream characters say afterwards. 8. Technique 5, Tarot and Oracle. 9, find advice, keep relaxed and fluid mind. More resources. So I skipped over these 2 because it's self-explanatory. So, what do you think? I would love to know about what you think about dreams in case you haven't slept yet. Answer it tomorrow. You don't have to do it now while you're trying to relax. What is your experience with your dreams? I would love to know. I think in the webinar yesterday he said close your eyes and try to ask yourself to reveal the question of that dream. The answer. Sometimes there is no answer, and people rely on dream dictionaries. He said it yesterday, and dream dictionaries are for mostly entertaining the ego, to be certain, to know what's going on. It's coming from an energy that's different than actually wanting to understand without any other thing going on, right? You know what I mean? So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you do. We can probably delve into topics like dreams again. I'm not sure about that, but it depends if you like those topics. I kind of enjoy them, and I would love to know what you think about it. And again, I would love to hear what you think about dreams and dream world again. May you sleep well. May you relax and unwind. Thank you for watching. I would love to, if you can support me through a like and the subscription. What else? And you can definitely, I would love, if you would like, you can support me through PayPal. I have the link down below. Thank you. Goodbye. Good night.